Good evening and welcome to the November 25th EastCast. I'm Jason Lynch with Randy Saperstone to bring you the news of the week. The big story this week is Spirit Week. Spirit Week here at East is already coming to a close. With a successful turnout at yesterday's cake decorating contest, complemented by the upcoming class float competition at the homecoming game tomorrow, it seems to be a tight race between the classes. On Friday, November 13th, right here at Cherry Hill East, the Spirit Week dance began it all, when the class dance contest took place. Following the dance on Sunday, the Cougar Relays occurred outside the school in the practice fields. Just 2 hours after the relays ended, each class began constructing a booth based upon one of the four seasons. These booths were judged, and a winner was announced on Tuesday, November 17th. Several competitions during lunch took place last Monday through Thursday. They were the Twister Contest, the Hula Hoop Chain, the Milk Drinking Contest, and Musical Chairs, respectively. Tug of War pulled its way on into East last Tuesday in the main gym, while our annual volleyball contest set it up to be a smash hit on Thursday. Last Friday, students in each class were encouraged to wear red and white clothing. The more red and white clothing the class wore, the more points the class received. Finally, the annual pep rally was held last Friday. Sports teams were introduced, the winner of the Battle of the Bands contest played, and the jump rope contest was held. And surprising everyone, the juniors were in the lead going into the homecoming float competition. Could the juniors win Spirit Week? It happened in 1988. Special thanks to the video crew who provided Spirit Week footage. Julie Altman, Sami Butnager, Tim Brady, Ray Chang, Tracy Denton, Adam Goldworm, Dan Grady, Matt Leshner, and Corey Ringer.
For all of you who care, our SAT word of the week is lamentation. Lamentation is a noun meaning outward expression of grief and or wailing. Used in a sentence, we could say, we were full of lamentations over the ruined laminations. FOP continues to show its colors here at East. Over 200 students have volunteered this year to assist the FOP chairpeople, who include Melissa Paul, Laura Lou, and Adam Goldworm, in producing decorative and original posters, paintings, murals for the annual FOP party. Many of these 200 students will be allowed to participate in the FOP holiday party with the mentally and physically handicapped children for whom it is being thrown. And of course, Cable 18 will be there so we may show you the results and the fun of the party. Standing by now, we have Dana Baker with Lisa Taylor, who is going to tell us a little bit about Demogorgon, what it is, what they do, and exactly why they're here. If you recognize Lisa, that's probably because you've seen her right here on Cable 18.
First, let me ask you, what exactly is Demogorgon?
Unfortunately, a lot of people keep asking me this. Okay, Demogorgon is East's art and literary magazine, and it comes out once a year, and it is a compilation of writing and art that East students have put in all throughout the year.
Who is in charge of this activity? How does he run it?
Okay, Mr. Lavoie is the advisor for our activity. He's also an English teacher here, and he's been with Demogorgon for quite a few years now. He's a very, very easygoing man, and he talks a lot, but we all love him. We have a meeting once a week, every Wednesday, and Mr. Lavoie stands in there, and he talks to everybody, and he's in main charge of it, but he allows us as the students to do the majority of the work. He's very good about it, and he gives most of it to us.
How can you get involved in this club?
The meetings are every Wednesday. All you have to do is come by and show up. If you want to give us your name, that way you can be put on our official list, but it doesn't matter. Anyone can come in at any time.
What are the qualifications needed to join?
Absolutely nothing. You have to breathe and talk, and that's enough.
As editor of this magazine, what does your job entail?
I go to meetings every week. I stand in front of the room. I stand on a chair, and I yell at everybody. I tell them we have a packet every week of the things that people have put in. We put everything together, and everyone who sits in the club goes through the packet and reads the poems and the short stories and the art and looks at the art that's in there. And what I do is, sometimes we read them out loud. Sometimes I read it, and everyone says what they think of what they read, and then I ask them to vote on whether or not they think it should be accepted. And if they think it should be accepted, I ask whether they want to put it in demo, or we also have a little magazine called Vignettes, which is supposed to be quarterly, and that one's free. And so we decide what to do, and I'm just basically in charge of keeping everyone together.
Do you have any assistants?
I have lots of assistants. We have a vignettes editor, who is Lisa Helmus. We have an art editor, who is Amir Silvert. I know you, Amir. We have a lot of people who are in charge of the technical aspects, in charge of publicity, in charge of fundraising, a whole bunch of things. And everyone's very good to me and very helpful.
Comparing this year with previous years, have you made any changes in the activity?
I've tried. We have actually brought in a lot more people. We've done a lot more publicity, which means that our membership has gone from about 8 active members to I'd say there's like 40 who we can expect to come in now. We also, yeah, I think so. We also have been trying to do something with fundraising. We never did anything before. Now we're selling donuts and other things every so often. And also, one of the things that I'm trying to do is for Demogorgon, up until now, it has been very stigmatized. Like, everyone has a very idea about it, and a lot of the poetry in it is hard to understand. I am trying to get things in it that are easier to understand and more accessible to every reader to relate to.
Why is this club so enjoyable for you?
I love writing. I love knowing that something that I have put so much time in means something. I love looking at the book when it's done. I love talking to the people and trying to help them when they put their work in. I don't know that I'm so much better to them to tell them what to do, but at least I can give them my ideas. It's a wonderful feeling. The people in it are wonderful, and I love it.
And why would you recommend getting involved in this activity?
It's you just have to come and be there. You know, there's nothing that you have to do. If you don't want to write, you don't have to write. If you don't want to draw, you don't have to draw. You can just come in, you can observe, you can learn, you can interact, and it's fun, and it's a great place to be.
Thank you very much. This has been Dana Baker here with Lisa Taylor for EastCast.
Thank you.
Can you imagine Ross Perot in a Shakespearean play? It happened on Monday when Mr. Carr's English 4 AP classes held their annual Shakespeare Performance Day in the Little Theater. 7 groups of students each presented a 30-minute interpretation of a Shakespearean play, such as Taming of the Shrew, Comedy of Errors, and A Midsummer Night's Dream. Some of the more humorous interpretations had Arabian, Star Trek, and political themes. Congratulations to all of Mr. Carr's students on an excellent performance. The first annual Fall Festival Social was held last Wednesday at East. In an effort to enhance communication throughout the Cherry Hill School community, all Cherry Hill School workers were invited to an afternoon of delicious food and great entertainment. The Bells of East and East Magical Choir performed, as well as Cherry Hill West's chamber singers and men of note. Everyone attending had a terrific time, and the next social is eagerly awaited. The Fall Blood Drive is almost upon us. If you are 17 or older, it's still not too late to sign up to donate blood on December 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Remember, by giving 1 pint of blood, you can save the lives of up to 5 people. Pick up a donor form in the activities office and please return them as soon as possible. Give the gift of life. Give blood.
The fall sports season is just about over, and here to take a look back at this past season is Mike Kravitz. Mike?
Well, there's only 1 game left in the fall schedule. Let's take a look at the highlights. In football, the Cougars' record is now 4-4. James Francisconi is the 5th leading scorer with 94 and in touchdowns receiving. Quarterback Ben Steinberg is 3rd in South Jersey in touchdown passes with 12. East's next and final game is home against Cherry Hill West on November 26th, which is tomorrow. In field hockey, the East team is rated number 11 by the Philadelphia Inquirer with a record of 8, 4, and 5. And finally, in tennis, Alex Jacobs was named by the Philadelphia Inquirer to the 2nd team singles and tennis. Her record was 17-3. This has been Mike Kravitz for EastCast. Back to you, Randy.
Thank you, Mike. Tomorrow is the day that all of Cherry Hill looks forward to each year, not just for the family gatherings of Thanksgiving, but because of the East-West homecoming game. The fun begins at Jonas C. Morris Stadium as classmates arrive to finish their floats. The pregame band performances and senior introductions will begin at 10:30. At halftime, the 2 schools parade their floats, school, and class representatives around the field. East homecoming reps are seniors Sarah Braslow, Jarita Frierson, Gail Horovitz, Alok Mehta, junior Jen Dwyer, sophomore Alana Moore, and freshman Liz Elsis. Following halftime, the winner of this year's Spirit Week will be announced. Could it be the juniors, or will the seniors pull out all the stops with their float? You'll just have to come to the game and see, of course, and cheer for East football team. And perhaps see the senior lamentations over their Spirit Week loss. That's it for the news tonight. Special thanks to Mr. Gordon Hampson, cameraman and editor, to Mr. Keith Haynes, advisor, and to Tim Brady, our student camera person. Thank you for joining Jason Lynch and Mike Kravitz and myself, Randy Saperstone, this evening. Tune in tomorrow at 5 o'clock for same-day coverage of the East-West football game tomorrow. Tonight we leave you with Ophelia, all set for Thanksgiving homecoming tomorrow. Good night, Ophelia.
Good evening, and welcome to the West Report. I'm David Handman.
And I'm Ben Ostroff. Yesterday afternoon, after being closed for a brief period of time, the West-run supermarket, Shop West, celebrated its grand reopening. The supermarket was closed to restock and to hire new employees. On hand for the ceremony was Cherry Hill Mayor Susan Bass-Levin, who performed the ceremonial ribbon cutting, and School Superintendent Philip Esbrandt. One new addition is the new computer, which will be used for flyers, ads, and pamphlets. The store will be open from 9 a.m. to 12:15, Monday through Friday.
This Wednesday, Cherry Hill West held its annual homecoming celebration. Yesterday, members of each class government decorated the Jones Gymnasium in preparation for today's pep rally. Some of the highlights from the pep rally were the male cheerleaders and the introduction of the homecoming finalists and the naming of the homecoming queen. Also, the class governments have been working on floats, which will be displayed during the halftime show at the East-West football game. This game will air on Cable 18 at 5 o'clock on Thursday. The freshman and seniors float has the theme of Sesame Street, and the sophomore and juniors focuses on cereal personalities such as the Trix Rabbit and Captain Crunch. Also appearing in the halftime show will be Young Woman of the Year, Leslie McNair, Homecoming Queen, Tara Rogers, and Mr. West, Aaron Lazar. And now for an interview with Aaron Lazar is Amy Schneider.
Good evening. I'm here with this year's Mr. West, Aaron Lazar. Thank you for joining us today, Aaron.
Thank you.
Why did you want to be Mr. West? What made you decide to enter?
I wanted to be Mr. West because, I'd never been to a competition before. I'd never actually seen one, like my freshman year or sophomore year. But, the next week in school, all of my friends were talking about it and how much fun it must have been for the guys who were in it. And, it was just like a really great time. And I had a couple friends that were in it, and they just said it was so much fun. And, so I just wanted to be a part of that, so I decided to go out for it. I went to Mr. Jalora, and when I got the details, it sounded great.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, how did you go about choosing your talent?
Well, about a month before the time I decided I was going to audition, I was in a band, and we were working on some material for this year's talent show.
Mm-hmm.
And then this came up, and they were willing to help me out, and it would save some time for me trying to find something else. And we were already working on the song that I used as my talent, so I just figured we could use that.
Okay. Well, did you find the Mr. West audience intimidating?
I think the audience was great. It was just so much fun. At first, when you first go out there on the runway, modeling clothes for me was a new thing. So the first time I went out, I was a little intimidated by the audience. But after that, I sort of calmed down, and then I kind of work off the audience. They were great. It was fun.
That's good. That's good. So how does it feel to have won as a junior?
Feels great. It was just something that I really didn't think I had a chance of doing, at least even making it to the finals or whatever. I went in just, looking to do the best job I possibly could, and things just worked out great. I'm really happy.
So what are your plans for the rest of the year?
For the rest of the year, I guess keep my grades up, first thing, right? I'm looking forward to auditioning for the musical coming up in about a month, and hopefully do well in track this year.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for joining us today, and now back to the West Report.
Thank you.
Hast thou ever seen a genuine Shakespearean play? If not, you'll have your opportunity on December 4th and 5th. Starting at 7 p.m., there will be a Renaissance fair, and at 8 p.m., the curtain goes up for A Midsummer Night's Dream. The play, a comedy, will be performed by members of West's Theater Workshop. Remember, that is December 4th and 5th if you want to see it in person, and it will also be aired on Cable 18 as a special early in the new year. Now, we go to Dave Marika for sports. Dave, how's the new floor coming?
All right, in sports, here's a Walsh Gym update. The hardwood floor is in place, and the line is already painted on the floating floor. It's almost finished, and there will be an update next week. Are the girls going to be able to play there? I don't know. We'll tell you later. All right, now to talk about the boys soccer team. Joe Molinaro has made first team all Group 4 as a midfielder and second team all state. And Brian Bianco has made second team all Group 4 and third team all state. And this week, Bruce Barker was honored with the Brooks Irvin Club Award for the top high school student athletes in South Jersey. Well, now for Dave's pick for East-West matchup tomorrow. I pick West 23, East 21, as Joel Correa rushes for over 100 yards and 2 TDs. So don't forget to watch the East-West football game Thursday morning, 10:30 a.m. Well, that's all the sports. Now back to the West Report.
Last Wednesday, November the 18th at 7:30, West Performing and Visual Arts Society, PAVIS, held its induction ceremony. Over 50 new members, including many vocal performers, actors, theater technicians, visual artists, writers, and musicians, were all inducted. Also inducted were the new officers, who are co-chairman John Colby and Leslie McNair, co-assistant chairman Jeff Eastman and Pete Greenfogel, secretary Demetrius Yahos, and finally treasurer Mike Feinberg. Miss Beer, an art teacher at West who helped create PAVIS, was also awarded an honorary membership. This year's performances are being dedicated to the memory of Shanna Taylor and Nate Watson, and the theme is Explosion of Creativity.
Hurry up and get back to West, for in half an hour, West will be hosting its annual Now and Then dance. Both students and alumni are invited. That's all for this week's West Report. Thanks for watching and tune in next week.